What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition to Artist Spotlight. In this video, we're going to be showcasing Erik Laresen's contribution to the Amazing Spider-Man, particularly with this issue number 350. This is Erik Laresen's last issue that he worked on for the Amazing Spider-Man title. And we are just going to be looking at this really cool comic book here that came out in the early 90s. I believe the year is 1991. As we can see right here, August of 1991. We have Erik Laresen as the penciler here and Randy Eberling on the inking. And so yes, folks, what an amazing issue. I had just read this issue, in fact, before I started filming this video. And wow, I just taken aback by the artwork in this comic book right here. Erik Laresen was on the top of his game back in the early 90s. And you're just going to see a little taste right here as I flip through this issue as to what I'm talking about. And so, as you know, Erik Laresen's artwork is very loosely based off of Todd McFarlane's artwork. Todd McFarlane, back in the late 80s and early 90s, he set the model for how artists are kind of supposed to draw Spider-Man. Much like how, you know, John Romita Sr. back in the 70s, he set the model as to how Spider-Man was supposed to look like whenever, you know, John Romita Sr. left the title. That was how people tried to portray Spider-Man. They tried to model him after how John Romita did. He was the go-to, and now I would say back in the 90s, Todd McFarlane's style kind of was the main focus for a lot of artists. And I would say Todd McFarlane was a big influence for Erik Laresen, as you will note, and I will make a separate video for Todd McFarlane and showcasing his artwork, because I definitely have a lot of Todd McFarlane's work that I could definitely choose from. But yes, folks, you know, way back in the day, in Amazing Spider-Man number 5, we had Spider-Man going up against Dr. Doom for the first time. And now these many years later, Spider-Man is still getting his butt whooped by Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is one villain you just do not want to get on your bad side. So Spider-Man right here, he's trying to help the Black Fox because apparently the Black Fox has stolen the this dragon's egg, and it just so happens to belong to Dr. Doom's mom. And so Dr. Doom wants it back. And I mean, just look at this one panel right here. Spider-Man's gotten his pretty much most of his costume ripped to shreds. Dr. Doom is just casually walking. He's walking like, you know, Michael Myers, getting ready to slay his next victim. And Spider-Man is just, he has to get out of here. He just has to get out of harm's way here. You know, Spider-Man's been fighting crime now for, at this point, 20-something years. He's now married to Mary Jane Watson. But yet, Spider-Man, when it comes to fighting a major league villain like this, still has a lot of room to grow. And that's what I like about Spider-Man. I mean, he definitely has a really cool rogue gallery, but you put him up against a Fantastic Four villain like Dr. Doom, and I mean, I just don't think Spider-Man has a chance against somebody like Dr. Doom. But yeah, folks, this is just showcasing Erik Laresen's work. You can definitely tell there's an influence here from Todd McFarlane and how he's loosely based on his work. And you could definitely tell one feature he definitely does is he makes the eyes on Spider-Man very wide. That's a very common characteristic of Erik Laresen's artwork. And one other common feature, which is very similar to Todd McFarlane's Mary Jane, is the way he draws Mary Jane. Erik Laresen definitely gave Mary Jane this big 80s or 90s style hair, because that was definitely what was in fashion at the time. And you can definitely tell the way that Mary Jane is dressed, that she's definitely dressed for that decade. And that is one characteristic, very, you know, attractive, draws her very attractive, you know, very, you know, model-like, because she's a supermodel. And so, yes, folks, an amazing issue. Definitely, if you have never read this issue, get your hands on it. You can probably buy this copy for pretty cheap. You probably maybe $5 to $10 at the most, depending on the grade. And look what Erik Laresen does here. So Spider-Man has a concussion, and he just so happens to see Uncle Ben in a hallucination. And what Erik Laresen does in this issue is that he mimics Steve Ditko's artwork here as a kind of a flashback here, because that's exactly how Steve Ditko drew Uncle Ben. And so, yes, see, this is very unique for Erik Laresen to do this, and I think it goes to show you that he had much respect for Steve Ditko, because yes, you can definitely tell he is trying to mimic Steve Ditko's work, and I, for one, am a big fan of that. So kudos to him for doing that. And so one thing I love about this issue that Erik Laresen drew is that he definitely shows Peter Parker as a hero, and definitely has demonstrated that Peter Parker has matured over the years. Mary Jane Watson has a lot of concern for her husband's health. He has a concussion. She's like, you're definitely not going out there, are you? But he has to. He has to track down the Black Fox and bring Black Fox to justice, as well as stop Dr. Doom from killing Black Fox. So that's what I'm talking about, folks. Wow. He definitely knows how to draw very attractive women, that's for sure. And so let me fast forward now. We can definitely, you'll have more opportunity to read this book on your own if you go and buy this issue. But yes, the artwork is just astounding in this issue. I love it. I definitely want to get my hands on more Erik Laresen's you know, artwork. I don't have too many of his Amazing Spider-Man books, but at the very end of this issue, he has a little feature of his portfolio, because yes, this is when he's departing from the book, and I'll just let y'all see some of his fantastic artwork here. And there's guest inkers on these pages here as well. This one is probably my favorite one, with Spider-Man teaming up with Daredevil. Just beautiful stuff. Can't say much else, but wow, just beautiful stuff. And here is what I'm talking about. So what you see on the right side, right here with the black suited Spider-Man, that is Todd McFarlane. That's what Todd McFarlane did. And on the left, we have Erik Laresen. Look how similar. Look how similar the artwork is to each other's. We have Todd McFarlane and Erik Laresen, and you can definitely tell based on this one panel right here that Erik Laresen definitely took what he learned and observed from Todd McFarlane and made Spider-Man his own, but in his own unique way. And that is where we are going to leave off here with this beautiful issue of Amazing Spider-Man number 350. Hope you liked this showcasing of Erik Laresen's artwork. And comment down below, would you like to see me feature Todd McFarlane's artwork in a separate video? And do you have any other artist that you want me to showcase in future episodes of Artist Spotlight, comment down below. And go ahead now and drop a big like on this video. And I will see y'all in the next one.